Hello friends, you are welcome again to the continuation of our wiring of automatic changeover switch. Okay, so in the previous video, we got to this stage where our automatic changeover switch is working in a way that when the main supply is available, it automatically switches this contactor to supply power to the load. And then as soon as the main supply fails, a signal goes to the generator to close this contactor so that the generator can supply power to the load. Okay, so today we are going to add a control system that can help us to be able to decide whether the system should operate automatically or whether it should operate manually. Okay, but before we start what we have to do today, let's briefly look at what we have done already. And in case this is your first time of joining us, you have to start from the beginning. We did it step by step before getting here. You would have to go back and then start from the beginning to catch up with us. Okay, so let's look at how this works before we continue. Main supply contactor closes, and then the load gets supply from the main supply. Okay, let's see what happens when the main supply goes off. Immediately the main supply goes off, the system sends a signal to the generator to quickly start, thereby closing the generator contactor, and now the generator power is supplied to the load. Okay, so how do we add these two switches to the system? Here we have this switch that is normally opened. So there are two pairs of normally opened contacts. And these contacts, we are going to wire one for the generator contactor and then the other one for the main contactor. Okay, so that means that we are going to do some small alteration to what we did earlier. So to begin with, we are going to use these two pairs of contacts to receive the input from the generator signal, the signal that sends power to the generator control circuit. Okay, and then we are using these two pair to receive power from the supply that will send signal to the main control circuit. Good. So first of all, we are going to bridge here and here for the generator control circuit, and then we'll also bridge here and here for the main control circuit. Okay, so first step, we bridge these two contacts here for the generator control circuit. Secondly, we bridge these two at the top here for the main supply control circuit. Okay, so this is the first thing we have to do. All right, so the second thing we are going to do now is that we have already established that we are using this pair for the generator, and then we are using this pair for the main supply control. Good. So now what we are going to do is that first, we are going to look for that cable that sends signal to the generator control to start this contactor. Okay? So here you realize that this wire is the wire that takes power to this breaker, and it passes through this contactor. Okay? This contactor was added when I was doing the arrangement for the signal cable to the generator. Because I don't have real generator control board, I have to improvise using this contactor. So if you have watched the previous episodes step by step, you would realize that this cable was directly connected to this breaker. So now, because of the arrangements we are doing here, we would have to remove this cable that takes supply from the input of the generator contactor, and we will now go and input it into the switch. That helps us to select between auto and then manual. So we remove it from here. Remember, we'll bring it back again through the same switch. So we remove it from there. and then we now bring it here. Okay, so it's going to be here like this. All right, then now we are going to do same for the control circuit of the main supply. Okay, so you realize that in the first place, we remove this cable that sends power to the control for the generator from here, and then we brought it here. The same way, we are going to remove this supply that goes to activate the main control. We'll remove it from here, and then we'll connect an input from here to this switch. So later, this becomes an output that will connect from here. Okay, so we remove it from here first. Then we get a piece of wire. Okay, so now this goes to our selector switch here because we are using the down for generator. So we connect it at the top here. Very simple. Because we want to use this side for auto, we'll bring back this one. So we open here, and then we bring this. Okay, so this is the output to automatically start the system for the main control. We are going to do another one to automatically start the generator. Okay. So you remember this wire was removed from here, this point, okay? So now we are going to take another wire from this output side to the same point where we removed this one, Okay, so we connect it from here. Now to the output side of the generator control circuit. Good. So we are halfway done with this wiring. The next wiring we are going to do is the wiring to manually control these two contactors. All right, so now let's bring our attention to this switch. Again, we will have to decide which way turns the main contactor on, and then which way turns the generator contactor on. Okay, again, for this tutorial, when we turn it this way, it should start the main contactor, and then this way should start the generator contactor. Okay, so that is exactly what we are going to do today. But this switch will get its input from this one, and then the output goes to the various contactors. Okay, so this is the output for main contactor. We take it from here, and then that comes to the contact on the left. Okay, when you turn it this way, the contact on the left comes there because of how we have decided to make it work. Then we screw it. Okay, and then the output from that connection, here will come all the way to the main contactor here. But before it gets there, we would have to pass it through the normally closed on the generator contactor. If you wish, you could also employ separate auxiliary contacts for this purpose. Otherwise, we can use the one that we already have. So that connection comes here, That's the normally close of the generator contactor. And then we do same for the generator side. We take a connection from the output, and then we bring it to the contact on the right hand side, and that is going to control the generator contactor. So we take an output from there again, and that goes to the generator contactor. But before it gets there, we'll have to pass it through the normally closed here. So we connect it here. Okay, so we are done with this section also. And so now we have to try and see how this system works. Okay, so it means that when this switch is at the middle like this, it means it's at neutral. So the whole system will not function. Even if there is power available, nothing will happen. Okay, so before the whole system starts to work, we have to decide whether it goes automatically or it goes manually. If it is on manual, we would have to use this to decide which of the sources supply power to the output. All right, so let's switch on the main supply and see what happens. Okay, so you can see that everything is set, but we are not having any output either from the main or from the generator. Okay, it means the system is idle. It doesn't know what to do. Okay, so now we are going to tell the automatic changeover switch what to do. So I said from the beginning that when we turn it this way, that will be on auto. Okay, so now the main supply has switched because it's on auto. And when the main supply goes off, immediately this one connects. Okay, and then when the main supply comes back, it takes over from this to this. Okay, so that is auto. When we put it to auto, that is what happens. Okay, now we are going to set it to manual, and then when it's on manual, as I said, we would have to operate manually from this switch. Okay, and because it's on manual, the automatic side is disabled. Okay, if you want this main contactor to supply power to the output, we have to turn this switch this way, and immediately it connects power to the output. All right, and again, our interlocking system is still intact, so that in case this contactor wants to close whilst this one is working, even in manual mode, first this one has to open before this one closes. This is how it goes. Okay, so the moment you try to force press this one has to open so that the two supplies do not come together. Okay, now we want the main supply to go off, and then we go to generator. So we switch it off, we send it to generator, and then in a real okay, so let's go to auto, and then everything works on its own to supply seamless power to the load at all times. Supply goes off, generator takes over, supply comes back, and then the mains take over. All right, so this brings us to the end of this section of our wiring. And if God permits, we are going to continue in another video. There are a lot of other things that we can add to this circuit. And so in the next episode, I'm going to wire a system in a way that instead of using switches, we would rather use start push buttons, okay, to control these contactors when we want them to be on manual mode. Okay, so here we have only one switch and then we turn it around. In another way, you can also decide to use push buttons. If you want the main supply to activate when in manual mode, you just press a button and then that happens. Please, if this is your first time, you would have to watch the previous videos to get a clear understanding of what we are doing. And then if you are happy watching this video, do well to share with your friends to also benefit from it. And don't forget to subscribe in case this is your first time. All right, so stay connected. See you in the next video.